All right, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. You guys know what time it is. We're going to be talking about our good old friend Cardano ADA. So let's waste no more time and get right into it, guys. So looking across the market right now, you are seeing a lot of green across the board. And I'm sure if you guys follow the channel over the course of the last few days, we've been discussing this, we've been anticipating this. And, Bitcoin has been able to do something that, I have been talking about. And I might sound like a broken record at this point, but Bitcoin was finally able to achieve that, and that is thanks to some bigger news that has come out today. But looking across the market, as I've said, a lot of green across the board. Coins are feeling the love despite dominance almost sitting at once again a yearly high. In terms of ADA, if you're looking at it over the weekly time frame, it is up double digits. A lot of people are not going to mention this, but Cardano is up double digits, almost, if you were to round it up, almost a 19% gain over the course of the last few days. But let's take a closer look, because what ADA has been able to do right now is something very, very important. And the next few hours could be even more beneficial and important at the same time for ADA, and I will explain as to why that's the case. So before I do that, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. Price is sitting at 39 cents if you were to round it up 1%, but in Bitcoin comparative, it's actually seeing a little bit of a lag, about 3.6%. So let's face it, the dominance index is still sitting at almost sky high levels, and as Bitcoin breaks towards new all-time highs, it's sitting at almost $64,300, and we're approaching pretty much that conversation of all-time highs again. And as people start anticipating that, what do you think is going to happen with the dominance index? It's going to rise. It's going to rise. Right now, again, this is showing us and confirming exactly what we spoke about. Right now, Cardano is mainly, reacting to the market momentum. It's going up, with Bitcoin and USD comparative, but in terms of the broader market interest level, it's still not there right now. It's still not there. It's just a reality. The market cap is at about $13.8 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume is at about 376 million. But let's take a closer look, pull out the charts, give you guys the visuals, as you guys know. Looking at the dominance, as I've discussed, I know I sound like a broken record whenever I speak about the dominance index, but let me tell you guys, this is extremely, extremely important tool that you do not want to be ignoring. So let's take a look at the dominance on the daily time frame. There we are. So you can pretty much see, the dominance has skyrocketed. We're starting to approach that yearly high that we set for ourselves at the beginning of August, and would not be surprised if Bitcoin were to go even further up into the 70K if we do see that dominance index actually breaking towards a new yearly high. Guess what? That is going to indicate that money is flowing from altcoins back into Bitcoin, because people do think that Bitcoin is about to create a new all-time high. That happens usually, and it's a good thing at the same time. I did indicate this in, I think, my Pepe update, if I'm not mistaken. I told the Pepe community about this as well. Usually, this indicates that, if Bitcoin is able to smash past an all-time high, which honestly it needs to, it's been quite some time, this would be wave 2. And once it's has been able to reach that all-time high, then you do see that profit flowing back into altcoins, and you could start seeing the altcoin season. So everything is going as planned in terms of the time. The time is playing out perfectly as we're going into Q4. But we're going to obviously monitor the price of Bitcoin on a day-to-day basis. But this is the thing. This is the conversation that we need to be having. This beautiful green candle above that $64,000, which I've been talking to you guys about countless of times. How this is the level where I have given myself that confirmation to turn bullish again, and right now I am bullish. I'm bullish than ever for the market, because we're back above that key level that I spoke to you guys about. So that is really, really nice to see, and hopefully we do stay above here, because of course above this key resistance there is more resistance as well. But if this resistance is pretty much able to break out, I think 70,000 Bitcoin is very, very near. So with that said, let's take a look at what's happening with ADA, and let me tell you what ADA was able to do and why it's so important. So look what Cardano was able to do, guys. Cardano actually made its way back above to this key resistance. I think we did get that rejection. Let me actually switch to the daily time frame. Not even the daily time frame. Let's take a look at it on the hourly time frame. This will give us that better, closer look. So actually, no, we actually did not. So again, going back to what I said, you're seeing a little bit of a lag from the broader market. And that hasn't changed. I literally said it at the beginning of the video. Now when I pull out the charts, it kind of confirms that confirmation. You know, I speak about confirmation on a day-to-day basis, and it's extremely important. So this gives me that confirmation that, you know, still seeing that lag for the price of ADA. The fact that it wasn't able to even reach the 40K key resistance speaks for itself. And as I've said, the retail interest right now for ADA is just not there. We did start seeing old coins actually starting to see that head start over the course of the last 2 to 3 days, which I discussed. I think that was the day before yesterday when I made that update. You started to see ADA along with Matic and some of these old kids on the block that are actually making its move back. But you're starting to see other coins, you know, the new kids on the block gaining more traction right now. And that is easily, you know, we can get that visual just based off of looking at the last, 24 hours. But anyhow, if you're looking at the price of ADA, you know, so far so good. Of course, you know, the Chang hard fork, you know, more and more people are starting to discuss that. And I do believe as the market starts moving up, we're going to see more and more people talk about that organically as the price of the native token as well starts reaching some certain key levels. The FOMO factor kicks in, and we saw that happen. Now you guys are going to come out and say, well, you know, that there's no way that's going to happen this time around for ADA, but you can make that argument, right? But what about this? We saw ADA going up to 81 cents, and no one saw that coming. You know, if you were going to anyone, literally even at the end of October or at the beginning of November of last year, and talking about that ADA is going to reach 81 cents in just a month and a half, or I'm sorry, 3 months and a half or something like that, people would have said there's no chance. And look what happened. We did see ADA going up. And why did this happen? Because of course the broader market saw an all-time high, and ADA had interest, because if it did not have interest, it was not going to get to the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level that it went above for the first time in almost about 2.5 years. So we need to look at what's happening, the importance of this. But speaking about the importance, this is that key resistance you need to see that price breaking out of. But unfortunately, as I've said to you guys, Cardano holders do need to accept that. And I know the real Cardano holders do accept the real facts. Right now, the momentum in terms of the retail interest or even institutional interest is not there. It's just not there, believe it or not. Because if it was, we would have been sitting, compared to where the prices of Bitcoin is right now, we would have been sitting actually above this key resistance right now. But that does not mean we're not going to be able to break out. I do anticipate that, we do retest this key resistance. And if this is able to break out, start retesting that 45 cents major key resistance. And of course, then one step at a time and start retesting the levels we did at the beginning of the year. So one step at a time, not just an instant one wick all the way to the 61.8 or the 78.6. You need to realistically think as to what's happening. Of course, some coins are outpacing ADA right now, and this is why you want to diversify. There's no one to blame. There's no fingers to be pointed. If ADA is the only coin that you have in your portfolio, you've done your due diligence and research, and still that's the only one, you're making the biggest mistake. You need to diversify your portfolio. This goes with anything, not just ADA. It goes with Bitcoin, it goes with Solana, it goes with Pepe, it goes with XRP, it goes with everything. You want to diversify your portfolio. There's no question asked about that. Someone's telling you just put your eggs in one basket, then they're telling you completely something wrong, and you want to do the absolute opposite. You want to diversify, because that obviously minimizes your risk and also maximizes your growth potential. But that is it for today's update. So far so good. We are following the overall market trend. So any of the people that are going to come out and say no or otherwise, the charts are right in front of us, and you can't really argue with what we're seeing. But anyhow, let me know down below what you guys think. Love each and every one of you guys. Smash that like button, hit that red subscribe button. We'll see you tomorrow up in Crypto ZX, and peace out.